The sun is actually shining today. I'm on my way to Canyonlands National Park. I haven't been there for 12 years, and the last time I went, it rained so much that they had to close most of the roads in there because they're dirt roads. And most of it was closed, and I was pretty upset with that. And people were like, oh, well, there's waterfalls coming off these cliffs. You never get to see that. I'm like, well, look, I would just like to see the park one time. So it has been raining. The sun is out today. You could definitely see the sun. I'm hoping that I could get into these Canyonlands. There's 3 ways to get in it. And I'm going in the north entrance right now. I'm heading straight to Canyonlands. And when I say straight, I mean straight. I've been driving in a straight line for a couple miles already. I'm at the Canyonlands National Park right now. Haven't been here in 12 years. It's such a nice day today. The sun is out, first time in about a week. So I am so excited to go check this out. Maybe I could see it this time. Last time it was raining and they shut down a lot of it. I'm looking down into one of the canyons here. It's pretty deep. Look how far down it is. That road is looking pretty small. Now there's a pretty cool canyon right down here. Way down here is the road. Definitely a deep canyon. Look at this place. It's unbelievable. I don't know if my van could drive on this road down here, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I ran into some people that have an interesting story, and they're not from the United States, but they're enjoying the United States. What's your story? Why are you even here?
So we're Rachel and Luke, and we're cycling from New York to Los Angeles as our honeymoon. So yeah, we've just arrived now.
Just your average honeymoon, really.
Oh, just an average honeymoon. Wait, how long has this honeymoon lasted so far? Because if you're from New York on bikes to here, this honeymoon has to be cranking a long time.
Yeah, so it's taken us about 6 weeks to get here, and we've got about another 6 weeks to go yet. So about 3 months we're away for.
We've cycled about 3,000 miles so far, and we've got about another 1,000 to go.
What do you think of the West?
It's a bit different to home. It's a bit different to Powys.
The distances are massive. So cycling is a bit of a challenge because we can be 100 miles from one town to the next in but not much in between, but it's unbelievable scenery.
Yeah. What's your favorite place so far?
Oh, wow.
Well, we've just crossed Colorado, so the Rockies were unbelievable.
Oh yeah, they get through those passes.
Yeah, it was hard going, but the views made up for it. But so far, yeah, it's our first day in Utah, and well, this is going to be hard to top.
Are you going to go through Wyoming?
No, so we dropped down to Los Angeles, so we're going to try and take off a few of the national parks in Utah now. So we'll go here, we'll do Arches, maybe up to Bryce Canyon, Grand Canyon.
You missed the big one, Zion.
Oh no, Zion, we're going to Zion as well.
When I went to Zion, I said, this is God. And that's what Zion means, God. But it's huge. And that's one you can't miss. Then you're going to go to Vegas, probably.
Yeah, I think that's planned. Zion, then Vegas.
Yeah, so that's good. I'm glad I got to meet you.
Yeah,
I hope you comment when you see this video on the channel. And it was good to meet you, and welcome to the United States.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Take care. I'm on my way to Mesa Arch right now. It's a half-mile loop. Every one of these half-mile loops gets me out walking, and I hope to do a longer hike today too. Now I call these cairns solid. These are the most solid cairns I've ever seen. Now this poor tree doesn't look like it made it. I'm about to go under Mesa Arch right now. I'm not going to go all the way under, because if you do, that's what you get. A big drop down to there. Now the view from this arch is a long, long way. And it's deep canyon down here. Well, I'm at Buck Canyon now. And this canyon is pretty deep. You can see where it goes really, really deep down here. And then it goes for a long, long way. Such a vast, vast area. Miles and miles. Just continues. Here's the canyon from a straight on shot. It's a deep canyon in there too. It's a long way away. Right now I'm at the Grand View Overlook, and it's a grand view down there. I just can't believe how these canyons got cut out. They're so deep. You won't see this in the Northeast. We got cliffs, and they're maybe a couple 100 feet high, at least 150. It's so hard to tell because everything is so big out here. Well, I'm walking on the rim trail, and I got to watch where I'm going, because if I make a mistake, I'm taking a little bit of a tumble, probably not going to make it out of this thing. But it's amazing how rugged and rough Utah is. Look down here. That's a long way down. I still can't get over the enormity of this place. It's huge. So big. And it just keeps going and going. This is a really neat passage on rock. You could just smooth rock right here where the water has washed away. Here's a different view of the canyons down here. They're pretty big. Wow. It's a long way down. See what I mean? Way down there. I'm to the end of the road, or the trail, so to speak. This is definitely a long way down there. You don't want to go down there, everybody. If you look down here, you'll see it's pretty far down. Now, one of these places looks like the place where Thelma and Louise drove their car off of in that movie. Look at the erosion on this rock. It's amazing how this is. Totally eroded. Look how this rock just got hollowed out. That's really, really weird. I do stop to smell the flowers. Sometimes. I really do. Really. I'm on Upheaval Dome right now. And you can see down into this thing. It's like a big old crater. There's something right in the middle here. So it's basically a mystery how this upheaval dome was formed. Scientists think maybe it was a meteor that came down and hit that thing and created it. This upheaval dome's like 2 miles in diameter. That's pretty big. That would have really rocked this world if a meteor did all that. Who knows? And they say that's what they're leaning to now after all their study. Well, this second overlook was definitely worth doing. The first overlook's over here somewhere. And this is a deep, deep valley. I mean, this got to be 1,000 feet down. What's this? I hear there's whales at Canyonlands National Park. Whales? What? Oh, it's Whale Rock. Here it is, Whale Rock. It's huge. This thing is so big. The biggest whale you'll ever see. Today I'm saying goodbye to Moab. And I'm going to be moving south through Utah. I've been here for, I believe, 8 days now. And it's time to move onward. There were a lot of days of rain. That wasn't so good. I wasn't happy about that, but you know, you got to take the good with the bad. Today I'm going to go to the southern part of the Canyonlands National Park. It's called the Needles, and hopefully the sun will shine like it's supposed to today. Although I'm not in Arches anymore. Right behind me is Wilson Arch. Well, I'm at the Needles Overlook. I had to drive about 22 miles to get here on a kind of a back road. These canyonlands are so huge. This is like 65 miles from Moab. Now look how far this is to the ground. Oh, it's so far down. So here's the Needles Overlook. Look at this thing, man. I can't believe how big these Canyonlands are. I have never seen anything this big. It just keeps going and going. And I mentioned I was 65 miles south of Moab or something like that, maybe 60. The other Canyonlands is north of Moab. This place is just so big. I'm looking at another place, a Needles Overlook, and wow, there's just so much rock and there's so much out here. It's so hard to believe. I can't even believe it. Look, Needles Overlook is so big of an area where you can see. I like this little oasis in here. I think this is what they mean by newspaper rock. Look at all these pictographs. They are everywhere. Probably tells a whole story. I'm at this rock climbing place in Utah called Indian Creek. Indian Creek is known for its hard crack climbs. Oh, there's actually people climbing right here. You could actually see the Blair. And then up there is a climber. Look at this formation of rocks. Wow. Unbelievable. Well, would you believe there's a wooden shoe arch right over there? I'm going to show you. There it is. The wooden shoe arch. Look at that thing. Isn't it funny? Now there are potholes all over the place here. This is cactus right off the ground. I found out the hard way about this cactus. There are little needles on each one of these, about 2 inches long. And when you walk near them, they stick into you because they're really sharp, and then they break off the cactus and they're stuck in you. I'd call this rock behind me flying saucer rock. It looks like a flying saucer. Now back behind me here, there's some sculptures. And I don't think anybody did this, but God. Look at this sculpture. That is pretty cool. And this one almost looks like an elephant. Here are different formations of rock that I don't see in other places in Utah. Look at the waves on this rock right here and this rock right there. Wow, the LaSalle Mountains, no clouds at all. Look at that. This rock has some pretty cool features on the top. And then as you go down, has features. Then there's a little canyon here. And this canyon goes deep into here. It's all green. Look at the formations that are here. Totally different formations than I've seen prior to this. There's a little canyon that comes through here, and right underneath these gray rocks, there's a stream that runs down underneath there. There's like a tunnel there, or a cave. Then you have all these trees. And you can see there's water down there. I was up there shooting a video. And I was up there shooting a video and taking pictures. And here's all the trees down here I saw from up there. I thought the stream went under these rocks, but this is normally a waterfall when it has enough rain. And it drops right off and goes right into this pool and waters all these trees. Right now, I'm the only one down here too, where this water comes. It is starting to turn to dusk, and it's going to be getting dark pretty soon. So I know that there are some mountain lions around. Always want to see a mountain lion, but I don't want to see one on my back. Won't be too good of a night if that happens. So I'm going to head back up and get out of this thing. I'm down in this canyon, and I tell you, it is eerily quiet. No wind is blowing. There's no noise at all. I gotta tell you, it's like I'm all by myself down here. Look at this thing. It goes up this way. There's also a way this canyon goes this way. And it goes up through there. Another batch of that cactus